Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my TBR for August, which is out of control, and I am looking forward to every single thing. So it's going to be hard choosing which ones I actually get to because I've set myself an impossible task this month. I am going to start with the arcs that I have planned to read in August. If I'm honest, these might be the only books I get to, because there's a lot. Because I got a bunch of notifications that it was my last chance to pick up these books, and the publishing date has already passed, and probably I should get to those. So I picked up a bunch of books. Extra! But they sound so good. Let me tell you about them. The first one is Beautiful Malady by Ennis Rookbash, which was published on June 5th by Interstellar Flight Press. And Interstellar Flight Press has become a favorite of mine recently. They put out some amazing poetry collections that are in the genres that I like. They're fantasy based, they're science fiction based, they're horror based, and that's kind of my jam right now. So Beautiful Malady is a collection of poetry that is about queerness and disability, and it has elements of speculative fiction and fairy tales, fantasy, and supernatural. So it sounds amazing. So I am going to. And a short book of poetry shouldn't take too long so I could fit that in this month, I think. Next is an apocalyptic novel called Flipside by Loomis Lutnak, which was published on June 10th, and the publisher for this one is Kepler Production Studio. I don't know much about it other than it is apocalyptic. This cover gives me science fiction vibes. We'll see what it's like. And then the last one that I added on last minute was My Unbeating Heart by Eli Wilde, which was published July 3rd. I think this is self-published completely, and this is like the most striking cover. It does have nudity on the cover, so maybe that fits in with the Garb August prompt. I already have that one filled, but if I don't get to the other book, this one might work. Hopefully it's not garbage though. And I think it is a book about immortals, and I really don't recall anything more than that, but I'll get back to you. So those are the 3 arcs that I added on last minute because they said, you know, you're auto-approved and it's the last chance to pick these up, and they sound really cool, and just had to have them. But I already had some arcs planned for the month, and those ones are The Sight by Melanie Golding, which will be published September 5th by Crooked Lane Books. Melanie Golding has the ability to mix fantasy, folklore, and regular everyday thriller type things. She's written a book about a changeling and one about Kelpie, and this one is, I think, about someone who has a psychic ability. Not positive on the actual ability, but someone has an ability and they're trying to solve a crime. Okay. Next is a collection, Cold, Black, and Infinite by Todd Kiesling, which will be published September 1st from Cemetery Dance, and a horror collection, and I'm really looking forward to this. And then A Sword of Bronze and Ashes by Anna Smith Spark, which is a dark fantasy. This one is going to be published September 12th by Flame Tree Press. And the last arc that I have planned for this month is Nine of Swords. This is the first book in the Phineas Fogg series. This is fantasy. It has a magical school and magical creatures, and it sounds really fantastic. Can't wait to get to this. I was reached by the author. She sent me this to review, and it sounds really good. This is by Brooklyn Quintana. So thank you, Brooklyn. And can't wait to read your book. Wow. Got piles of books everywhere. Next, I'm going to go over the book club books. And hopefully I'll be able to get to most of these. I usually read a few audiobooks a month, and a lot of these are audiobooks. First one is for the Creepy Book Club, hosted by Nightmare Maven. And August's book is The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. Really looking forward to listening to this book. This is the one that is a Carrie retelling, I believe. Yeah, looking forward to it. For the Horror Spotlight read-along, the book is Bacchanal by Veronica G. Henry. I wrote that kind of illegible. Oh well. Okay, so Bacchanal by Veronica G. Henry. It seems like it's going to have like a carnival theme to it, which is exciting to me. The Midnight Book Society, hosted by Slime and Slashers. I actually have the physical books for this one. They have 2 books for the month, and they are Stinger by Robert R. McCammon. Always looking forward to reading more McCammon. This one has an alien in it, and I can't wait. And then Fear by Ronald Kelly. This is a coming-of-age horror story with a really creepy creature. And been meaning to read this one for a long time. I won this in a giveaway. It's signed by the author with a drawing. Really awesome. So thank you to Ronald Kelly for signing that, and to Spooky Noodles for doing the giveaway so I can have this awesome copy. For the Dark Hearts Book Club, hosted by Amy Noel Reads, the book, oh, I have this one too, is Everything the Darkness Eats by Eric LaRocca. This is Eric LaRocca's first novel, and this is one that I pre-ordered because I am a LaRocca fan. So glad to have the opportunity to read that with a bunch of other people. Looking forward to it. Oh, the Stephen King read-along book for the month, hosted by Fiber Artsy, is Cujo. So I'll be listening to Cujo by Stephen King. And then the last book club book is for Creatures Everywhere Book Club, hosted by Tyler J. And the book we picked for August is Zombie Bake Off by Stephen Graham Jones. Always willing to read more Stephen Graham Jones. So that audiobook will be in the mix. I have a really good group of book club books this month. Super excited. Now the last books I have to go over are for events, and the first event is Buzzwordathon, which I am participating in every month, hosted by Books and Lala. It's Buzzword Reading Challenge. This month's Buzzword Challenge is body parts for August. So I have 2 books of, oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, I just realized I kind of have 3 books for this. Oh, I have 4. Oh, I have a lot of books that can fit this. Because body parts, The Weight of Blood, I could say that works. Blood is kind of a body part. Could make that work. Also, My Unbeating Heart by Eli Wild. Heart is a body part, but I have these as well. Books of poetry, really short, easy to get to, and wanting to read for so long. Exposed Nerves, poetry by Lucy A. Snyder. I believe this one was from Raw Dog Screaming Press. Most of my poetry is. And then Skull Moss by S.E. Martins. This one I heard about on Pax Panic's channel. She had a video all about horror poetry collections that she loves. It's so beautiful. So definitely looking forward to reading this. The author is amazing, and to honor Pax Panic, yeah, that is going to be a priority. And then the last event that I'll be participating in August is Garb August, hosted by Criminali and a bunch of other great channels. I'll have the announcement video linked down below so you can see all of those great channels. I based my TBR on the weekly challenges for the most part, although I also tried to make them fit in the Garb Bingo. The Garb Bingo! So many challenges. Okay, so let's see. Week 1 is to read category romance or mid-adventure. These are things I do not read, but I am going to read romance. Not just any romance, but ones that fit on here. I'm going to read a shifter romance and a sexy vamp story. So my shifter romance is Hot and Badgered by Shelley Lawrenston. This is about honey badger shifters. There's also nudity on the cover. Amazing. Honey badger shifters, just very original, I think. And I think the girl is also a badger. Let's see. Not a badger shifter. Let me check. She is a honey badger shifter. He is a grizzly shifter. There we go. Well, don't that just sound fantastic? So grizzly shifter and honey badger shifter, female shifter. Cool. And then for my sexy vamp book, I'm going to read the first in a series, A Quick Bite by Lindsay Sands. I've been meaning to check out this series for a long time. I used to be a huge paranormal romance fan. I had quite the phase. This is one I have not read yet. It's a big popular one in the genre. Definitely sexy vampire series. Wait a minute, is Bite Me If You Can the first book? I always thought this was the first book. I don't know, it doesn't say what the series is, but this says Bite Me If You Can is the first book, so I'll be looking into that. Either this one or Bite Me If You Can are the first book in the series, so we'll just see about that. Week 2 is to read Paperbacks from Hell or books written by celebs. Of course, I picked Paperbacks from Hell, and I decided on this one, Harley. My neighbor has a Harley. Okay. The Sentinel by Jeffrey Convitz. I decided to read this particular one because it fits the prompt of a book with Satanists, I believe. And also it has a step back cover. Fits for this as well. But I am also counting Stinger by Robert R. McCammon for Paperbacks from Hell because this also had a fabulous paperback version and it's from the Time era. Week 3. Oh, and I think this might count for a book including a conspiracy theory. And I heard somewhere that it might include gangs. So, if so, fantastic. Multitasking, yes. Week 3 is to read movie novelizations or vintage smut. Movie novelization is what I went for, and that will be Warcraft, Duratan. And this is the official movie prequel to the Warcraft movie. Yeah. I really like the movie Warcraft. I also have the novelization for the actual movie, but I want to see what happened first. That's intriguing. This is from director Duncan Jones, story by Chris Metzen, novel by Christy Golden. And this will also count for a book based on a video game because World of Warcraft, video games, and also a movie. Yay! And then week 4 for Garb August is Anything Goes. So I am going to try to mark a couple more things on the Garbingo. And let's see, what did I choose? I'm counting, this is probably not right, but I'm counting fear as animal attack because even though it's a creature, it is quite animal-like, yes? Looks like a lizard, deadly lizard. Apparently Fear County is full of horrors so diverse and unimaginable that it boggles the mind and burdens the soul. But it starts with a terrifying creature that appeared from nowhere, wreaking havoc in the night, eating farm animals, and then humans. Okay, so, I don't know. Tell me if I'm off base, counting that as an animal attack. What's the last book? Oh yeah, and then for Anything Goes, also, we've got a Richard Lehman book. That's another prompt on Garbingo. Richard Lehman's Midnight Lair. This is the special definitive edition. It's beautiful. It's signed and numbered. Wow. This is high quality trash right here. I got this in a blind book box where they give you a few like really special editions. This was from Dark Regions Press. They give you a few really good special editions plus a few other goodies. And this is one of the special editions I got. I've been weary to check out Layman, but I think Garb August is the perfect opportunity to do so. Maybe I will love this kind of trash. Okay, that's the millions of books that I plan on reading in August. Let's see. What is the final tally? 6 ebooks, 4 audiobooks. That's a good number. And oh my god, I forgot to talk about these. I have a couple of books that are on the go. I'm in the middle of them. They're on my 40 books to read before I'm 40, and I still have not gotten them finished. And so they are on my August TBR as well. You've seen these before. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Fantasy book. It's really good so far, but I've only barely touched the surface. And then Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Also barely made a chunk in it. So just because the 40 is coming up very soon, these are going on to another TBR, even though it is insane how many books I want to read. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 physical books. 13 physical books. That's not going to happen. We'll see what I actually get to. 6 ebooks. That's a little better, but I'll probably only get to 4. And 4 audiobooks is perfect. So, let me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them. Do you want to read any of these books? Are you participating in any of the book clubs or events that I am? Love to know what you're excited for in August, and I'll be back very soon with another book related video. Thanks. Bye.